And good afternoon. Welcome to Laurel Park here for Today at the Races. I'm your host, Stan Salter. Pleased to be next to our odds maker out here, Keith Fustel, on a beautiful, sensational Friday afternoon as we kick off the Twilight card here at 3:40, and then the party gets cranked up at 4 o'clock. Nice free live concert this afternoon. A big 80s cover band, the Reagan Years, playing here this afternoon. Nice free live concert. Who's your favorite group from the 80s, Keith?
I say going back, I was U2, Bon Jovi, you name it, Guns N' Roses. I went the whole gamut. I liked it all.
All right, well, I've heard good things about the Reagan Years, a popular local band around here, big following, so pretty good chance there'll be some U2 down there and Bon Jovi for the free live concert here for our Gallop Hour Happy Hour special. Let's see, Chef Damon will have the grill fired up down there, some nice drink specials down there underneath the tent on the apron for the free live concert. So that's today, a week from today. The best crab feast of the summertime is right here at Laurel Park. Go to the website, laurelpark.com, for more information about that. All right, we have some nice live racing here today. 8-race program starts at 3:40 for the first race. Some nice carryover, a nice carryover. One nice carryover is all you need today. It's a nice one. The Rainbow Pick 6, a little over 9,400. That starts in race 3 today on the 8-race program. A little over 9,400. Keith, we were just talking about it. They'll probably put about 4,000 or 5,000 into it today. It'll be a nice pile of money sitting there, about 15,000 if you can have all 6 winners, and that's the trick. It's not a case of will there be multiple tickets going into the last race. It's a question, will there be any live tickets going into the last race? Tough card today. Some races you have to go deep in, but if you have 6 winners, very good shot of taking down a nice $15,000 score today in the pick 6.
Yeah, we've got a 2-year-old race in there. Well-bred horses, outfits that can win first time out. They're proven. Cerebral's going to be my single later in the card, race 7 for Gary Capuano. I think this horse is maybe controlling speed or can sit just off of it, just depending how the race sets up. The other string of races are going to be tough.
Race 6 is wide open. Gary Capuano, big weekend here. Last weekend, big win with Noteworthy Peach. A couple other winners, and had some nice Maryland-bred winners. Of course, Noteworthy Peach. Last Sunday, the last 7 races of the day, all won by Maryland-bred. Cerebral, a Maryland-bred, could keep the hot string going for the local team. So we showed you the carryovers. Let's show you the conditions of the turf and the dirt today. Beautiful day in the 80s. A little cloud cover, so the sun's not baking down on you. We'll be fast on the main track. We're on the bowl game and the Exceller turf course today, and that will be a firm turf course for both of them. 4 of 8 races today on the grass. Let's get right to it here for race 1. Race 1 kicks off the early pick 5 with that low, industry low, 12% takeout on both the early and late pick 5. The early pick 5, a mandatory payout, starts right here in the opener. Let's take a look here at my ticket real quick for the early pick 5. I'm going to use a key horse, Linda Albert's horse in race 3, number 6, Great Smoke, a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park. So I'll key on the 6 in race 3, going 3 deep here in the opener, the 3, 5, 6, going with the 2, 9, 10 in race 2. It's a nice maiden special weight race there, using the 6 in race 3, and then 4, 8, 10 in race 4. Another tough maiden special weight race for race 5. I'll go 4 deep, race 5, the 2, 6, 7, 9. So a $52 play for the early pick 5 starts here in race 1. This is a maiden claiming 10,000 3-year-olds and upward, going a flat mile on the main track. The 6, Runaway Dude. I'll give this 4-year-old son of Awesome again one more shot. The beaten favored the last 2 races, but the last race coming off a little bit of a refreshing for trainer Jose Corrales. The winner of that race would come back to win, so one more shot here for the 6, Runaway Dude today.
Certainly looks like the horse to beat. A great draw. I think he can stalk, or I can think he'd attack and go right to the front. Majestic Kingdom from the rail, I think, is going to go ahead and send, though. That could cause some problems for the 3, Beware the Fury, who's going to be a short price, second price in here, and I think he's vulnerable. So let's go ahead with Runaway Dude. Good effort last time, 64 buyer, speed figure, kind of towers over everybody else. Final time of that race was only 1/5 off a 3 in Life Boy, so you got to respect that. Runaway Dude to stalk and pounce. Maybe Dr. Keogh, the 4 or the 5, Northern Justice, to suck up, because I do think the 3 could be chewed up in the pace. Last time he had everything his own way at Delaware Park, couldn't hold on the track that really favors speed. I think he's going to get tied up with the 1, Majestic Kingdom. Let's look for some prices underneath. The 4, Dr. Keogh, the 5, Northern Justice. Dr. Keogh hasn't seen the dirt since way back September 2015 at Churchill Downs. But you look at that race, fourth beaten 17 lengths, winner won by 12. But if you look at the horses behind him, the 5th, 6th, and 7th place finishers all came back to run mid-50s numbers. That would win this race, man.
So
Gets McCarthy, I think he'll be poised to stalk and pounce.
Interesting horse there, and we'll get a nice price here on the 5, Northern Justice, for trainer Calvin Barth, who does a nice job. This horse was making up ground last time, going 7 furlongs. Should like the extra distance, stretching out to a mile today. That one's 20-1 morning line. Could get a nice price there on the 5.
Yeah, the race kind of fell apart last time, Stan, on July the 17th, and he kind of slugged up for 5th, but he was willingly to the wire. Breeding-wise, not real familiar with horses by Kahuna Jack, Northern Baby on the bottom, but I think this horse will slug up for a piece in here.
All right, race 1, if the favorite stumble, it could get a nice price in there to kick off the early pick 5. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4 here this afternoon. What a very nice maiden special weight race this is for 2-year-old fillies. We're on the Exceller turf course, going 5.5 furlongs. The rail's at 70 feet. Where do we start here? I think we both like a price here. You used the horse second. I have her on top, the 10, La La Bamba. I like the breeding for the turf here by Patio Prado, out of a Not for Love mare. The Dam, she made almost 100,000, 9 for 11 in the money, had 3 wins, was multiple stakes play, so some nice breeding on the Dam side. And also the 10, La La Bamba, a half sister to a couple horses, U-Boat Alley and Plum, who both made over 100,000.
Yeah, Plum was 3 for 4 at 2, made 86,000 at 2. This mare has foaled 4 2-year-old winners. Bred to run early is the 10, La La Bamba. We've got Patio Prado on the top, Not for Love. This horse really should take to the turf course, gets a good draw outside, you know, trying to stay clear of any trouble.
Yeah.
Might show a little bit of speed and go a long, long way in here, La La Bamba. I like the 6 also in her consulting stand for trainer Tommy Proctor. I know he's kind of heating up at Saratoga, going over the last 30 days on the grass. He's 7 for 22 on the turf with an ROI of $4.50. This horse is a half to Family Meeting. Was a stakes winner or 2, was run second, I believe, in the Hilltop Stakes in the springtime over at Pimlico. Consulting's going to be tough. Went back and watched that video. Out of a fast race, the winner there, Law, ran a 71 buyer when going wire to wire. This horse was bounced around, pinched back. It's about 10 strides out of the gate stand, made a little middle move before steadying mid-turn. Then, you know, that was it. She wasn't going to recover after that. I think she's going to really take, having that experience under her belt off of that race against better horses. I think Consulting bounces back with a good effort here today. I
guess it's just a matter of time. You mentioned Proctor hot at Saratoga. It's a matter of time before he starts winning here. Been a little cold, but that's a well-bred filly. Let's talk about the 9 here. I like the 9 from the John Salzman filly. You get the Hall of Famer Edgar Prado on this 2-year-old daughter of Into Mischief. The Dam didn't run. This is her second foal. Some decent works here at Laurel Park. Just a hunch play. The Salzman's very good with the 2-year-olds. You get Prado, and I like the outside draw here on this filly, the 9, Mischievous Star.
Yeah, you know, horse, Into Mischief, a $45,000 stallion fee. They got this filly at a bargain, you know, at the 2-year-old sale for $14,000, but protecting right now. Yep. So maybe they come away. We've seen this in the past with Salzman's, you know, kind of get the bargaining basements, and they outrun their purchase price. The 7, Perfect Party Girl, is a horse that intrigues me a little bit. 2-year-old filly by Majestic Perfection. He's hitting with 31% of his turf sprinters. I know it's a smaller sample, but doing well early in his career as a stallion. You look, the mare has produced 2 winning turf foals, a 3-timer also by Harlan's Holiday, so I guess it's a 3/4 to that 3-time turf winner. Perfect Party Girl, protect move here, going to be a big price. The 7 for trainer Hugh McMahon. What
a nice race this is. The 1 and the 2, I don't like their inside post positions, but I like the breeding. The 2, Fly by Brilliant Speed. The Dam, she made almost 900,000. Beat the boys in the 95 Breeders' Cup Sprint. I don't know about the turf, but some solid pedigree there. And the 2, Dancing Rags. The Dam, she was 3rd in the Iowa Oaks. This one's a half-sister to Coupe de Grace, who made off almost a $500,000. So the 1 for Phil Schoenthal, the 2 for Grand Motion. Tough inside post, but some nice pedigrees there on those first-time starters.
You could go myriad of ways in this race. Some really well-bred horses, some big purchase prices. Say 2 Dancing Rags, $210,000 purchase. Fly, $80,000 purchase, a big purchase price comparatively to the stud fee.
Sure.
But you look at that mare. She beat the boys back in the Breeders' Cup and has had a long line of winners. Not a lot on the turf, but she ran okay on the turf as well. No, she didn't get a win, but I believe she kind of ran around mid to lower 90s when doing so.
All right, you better have your handicapping shoes tied on here. It's pick 6 time in race 3. We both have a ticket today. Take both our tickets and see which one you like. Maybe add to them, get some friends, throw some, everybody throw some money in on the table and go after this pick 6. I think there'll be about 15,000 sitting there. And if you can have all 6 winners, which will be tough, you're going to have to go deep and have some nice prices on your ticket. But if you get all 6 winners, I think a good shot of taking it down today. It starts right here in race 3. Today's carryover, $9,449. We both have tickets. Let's take a look here at Keith's ticket first for the Rainbow Pick 6, starting in race 3 today.
Yeah, I think we do have a vulnerable morning line favorite in the 2 To Dare. I went back and forth whether to toss this horse off the ticket. I did use him, but I think Great Smoke is going to be super tough second off the claim for trainer Linda Albert. The 3 Sebray, interesting move. This horse was a recent gelding. Did not understand the spot off the claim, first off the claim, but a protect move second off the claim. We'll go 3 by 3, race 4. I think you could go a host of ways there, almost hit the y'all button if you could afford it in race 4. Race 5, we're kind of narrowing it down to 2. A good 2-year-old filly, maiden special weight on the dirt, going 5.5 furlongs. I think everybody's going to wonder, they've been anxious to watch the 9 Shimmering Aspen out of the mare Aspen Glow. Like a 14-time sprint winner. You know her around here in West Virginia. She was really, really good. Had a lot of speed, but the 5 is bred really nicely and is fooled to a horse that won first out. Let's go to the 6, another race. We could go with the all button. I'm going to go value, and I think you've got to demand value in race 6. I like the 1 Daddy's Kid, second off the shelf. The 5 El Jefe Grande off a long, long layoff, but he's proven that he can run off of time. And the 9 Icy Lightning is a horse of price shot. That has run well here before. He run some of his better races over the Laurel Turf Course. Here's our single, the 7 Cerebral in race 7 for trainer Gary Capuano. We'll take a look at a rerun from him later on. And spreading in race 8, Stan, we go 5 deep there. 3 by 3 by 2 by 3 by a single. And then we go 5 deep in the last. $54, a lot of value, I think, on that ticket.
All right,
we just got to get Cerebral home.
We have some similarities here. Let's take a look here at my pick 6 ticket. We have the same Keo horse here. Keith coming in race 7. Race 6 and 7 are co-features of the day. A couple nice upper-level allowance races. You see race 6, I think, is wide open. I use everybody but the 9 in there. And then keying on the 7 Cerebral for Gary Capuano in race 7. Race 3, I'll go 2 deep, using the 2 in the 6. And then I agree with you. Race 4 is wide open. I'm going 5 deep in there with the 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then race 5, nice maiden special weight using the 6, 7, 9. Race 6, I'm using everybody, hoping for a price, everybody but the 9 in there, then keying on Cerebral, and then just going 2 deep, 4 in the 5 and race 8. That's a little bit of a pricey $96 ticket, but get some friends, maybe add to it. Nice carryover in today's Rainbow Pick 6. All right, let's take a look here at the opening leg. 6 furlongs on the main track, claiming $10,000 for 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3. The 2 To Dare is going to be the favorite. Tough inside post. The horse is cold a little bit. A couple nice wins last year here at Laurel Park, but we haven't seen that recently. So I, like you, like the 6 here. Great Smoke for trainer Linda Albert. This 3-year-old gelding, a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park. I like the ambitious placing first off the claim to try the allowance company. It was a tough race. Now back down to a realistic level that this horse has been dominant in the past. Gets Horacio Caramanos aboard for Linda Albert today.
He's a 5-time winner against horses that are still eligible for 3 in life. You've got to give him credit for that. Linda Albert really hasn't done well second off the claim over the last year, but over the last 3 to 5 years, she's been consistent, maybe just a little unfortunate over the past year. I think this horse gets it done. As you say, stumbled really almost to the nose at the start last time. Against a good field, Gursky, nigh 12 stone, couldn't make much headway after stumbling at the break. I think he's going to be poised to sit just off the pace or maybe even go to the front. Boone Companion could maybe go ahead and send. I like Great Smoke there. Interesting horse at maybe a price, the 3 Sebray, as talked about before when we were talking about the pick 6 ticket stand. I don't understand the placing of this horse off the claim. Goes from a 2 in life to a 7,500 on the grass going long. But this horse goes 2nd time gelding. Showed a really good dirt work prior to that turf race. Maybe this horse is regrouped and maybe they're going to get the price they want today in a shorter field.
Yeah, it's a nice it's a 10-to-1 price here. The two dare, the horse has been off form since those two nice wins here. Maiden special weight allowance win here last November. Last few races haven't been very good. I know the barn's a little cold, but just a matter of time before Howie Wolf wakes up, starts winning some races here. Alex Centron aboard. What do you think? He's doing the right thing here. You have to give it to him. He's doing the right thing, dropping this horse down, try to wake it up today.
Trying to pick this horse's head up, no doubt about it. And he'll get the company lines. Double whammy, John Jones. Much better horses he's faced on the dirt. Draws inside. This horse does not have a lot of speed.
Right.
Will he get a blistering pace up front? He may not need. He might just be better than these. But he's certainly he's going to be a short price. I certainly think he's vulnerable, but he's doing the right. It's now or never. It looks like for the two dare.
Right. The one Mr. Game 7 is scratched. The other part of the entry will run. The 1A Patrick Rocks for trainer Jerry Robb. The apprentice Kevin Gomez aboard. A good second last time at a similar level up there at Delaware last out.
He looks just to his inside though. He doesn't like Great Smoke. Great Smoke's had his number, so maybe he gets the best of him today.
All right, pick 6 starts today in race 3 with that nice carryover, a little over $9,400. Let's get a commercial break. When we come back, no carryover in the late pick 5. However, we always have that popular industry low 12% takeout. Pick 5 starts in race 4. We'll start with that when we come back.
When it comes to getting back in the game, there's only one team to turn to. The team more high school, collegiate, and professional athletes train and recover with. That team is MedStar Sports Medicine. For more than 30 years, MedStar has served as a leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Ranked among the top programs in the Maryland and Washington regions, we offer rapid access to athletes of all levels. Let the pros who treat the pros treat you. MedStar Sports Medicine.
Welcome back. Today at the races here at Laurel Park, a beautiful Friday afternoon. Not too hot today, about the lower 80s, some nice cloud cover. Free live concert coming up at 4 o'clock for our Gallop Hour celebration out here. The Reaganiers, that's a popular 80s cover band. They start at 4 o'clock down there underneath the tent on the apron. Some nice drink specials down there. The grill will be fired up. That all starts at 4 o'clock. First race coming up here at 3:40. Let's take a look here. Race 4 kicks off the late pick 5 this afternoon with that industry low 12% takeout. Let's take a look here at my late pick 5 ticket. We start on the bowl game turf course going long for race 4. I'll go 3 deep using the 4, 8, 10, using 4 horses in race 5, the 2, 6, 7, 9, going 4 deep again in race 6, the 1, 2, 5, 6. My key horse best bet of the day, the Maryland bred Cerebral, number 7 in race 7 for the Gary Capuano barn. Then just using 2 horses in the last race, the 4 and the 5. $48 play for the late pick 5 starts right here in race 4. Claiming $16,000 for the filly and mares 3 and up.
Okay.
Going a mile and a 16th on the bowl game rails at 17 feet. You kind of said it, this race wide open. Let's take a look at a video here of the 3 Andrasta from the Hammy Smith barn with Jevion Toledo aboard today.
Yeah, we're going to go back to April. The last time this 3-0 filly by Scat Daddy out of a bop mare took to this turf course at Laurel Park, and coming into the stretch, we're going to pick this horse up, coming about the quarter pole, and Andrasta kind of sitting there behind a wall of horses, like out of a pretty good maiden special weight race. This was, as you see there in the yellow 6, the yellow blinkers, running about 6, just a seam closes up. Once she had a little bit of momentum there, leaving the quarter pole to 3/16, she gets shut off, but she regroups, Stan. I like the way she regroups. She keeps trying to the wire. I know she finishes 7th. She's only beaten 2 3/4 lengths, but she's still trying. And you look out of that race, Stan, there's some good horses that came out of there. I think, what was it, the 4th place finisher, Guilty 12, has now since been an allowance place and an allowance winner. Some other horses, Tap Diva, has come out of here and just run consistently faster than the rest of the horses she's going to get to face today. She's had outside post. She's down to the inside today. There's not a lot of speed. I think she gets a fairly forward spot, can save ground, maybe get covered up a little bit, and really explode against this group in the final 3/16 to 1/8 of a mile. It's
a wide open race, so you have to respect the strong connections there. Jevion Toledo aboard for Hammy Smith. Let's talk about the 4, Broccolini, 5-2 morning line for trainer Kieran McGee. First off the claim for McGee, he's 24% with that move. Trevor McCarthy aboard. This 4-year-old filly was the beaten favorite last time at this level over there at Pimlico late June, so that is a little cause for concern. She didn't run too too poorly in that race. The horse that was second, My Tootsie, would come back to win. The race before that was a sharp win up there at Monmouth Park. I'm thinking maybe the last race at Pimlico, maybe this filly bounced a little bit in her second start off the layoff. Maybe she gets back in good form today for Strong Connections. She is a closer, so perhaps needs a little bit of a pace setup. And race is wide open, and I see you go against the favorite here. So
yeah, I'm taking a shot against her. Kieran Barr needs to pick it up a little bit more, especially some of these turf horses off the claim. I know they're trying to probably aim for that since we're running more turf races at Laurel. So I thought that race 2 back, I thought the field was a little bit light. Went against her last time. She comes off the claim, and they drop her in for the 14. Interesting move for the 4, Broccolini. I say that now she's going to win. I like the 7, Kayla Smile, a little bit in here too at a price. Really ran well on her turf debut at Pimlico when clipping heels and stumbling early on. She recovered to just get beat, kind of weave through some traffic late. Desert Princess was a next out winner. Last time out, throw it out. She was taken back off the place. I think she's going to be a little bit closer today. She was hung 5 wide from the half-mile pole to the wire. I expect a little bit better punch from the 7, Kylie Smile. This is an interesting race stand from a pace scenario. I have no clue who's going to go to the front. Proud of Dalton, pretty much unproven on the grass. Has some cheaper speed against Lesser. Maybe she just takes the edge. But I think Andrasa can kind of get a stalking position as well as the 7, Kylie Smile.
Yeah, it's wide open. Look at our picks. Our
Yeah,
top 2
we're
picks. We're all over
yeah.
the place here. We both like the 10 a little bit. Let's talk about the 8. The 8 though here. Chevrolet for trainer Wendy Kinnaman. Fergal Lynch, your leading rider right now with Victor Carrasco. Sharp win off the layoff here at Laurel Park. Going 2 turns, and then they tried the allowance company up there at Parks on a good turf course. That didn't go too well. Philly got back in good form last time for 20,000 up there at Delaware. Kind of a lateral move here today, maybe a slight drop, but 2 of the last 3 races have been pretty good today.
Yeah, a little bit encouraging effort. She's not going to have to move much, move up much off of the recent tries to be right in the mix here. Gets McCarthy. The winner, That's My Buy out of that last race at Delaware Park. Ran a respectable 67 buyer in a starter optional 35 at Laurel Park.
And we both like the 10 a little bit here, stretching back out to 2 turns, and this filly broke her maiden last November here, going 2 turns on the grass at Laurel Park. Victor Carrasco for Mike Trombetta. You have to like that horse a little bit. Strong Connections at 8-1.
And the horse might slip away at a little bit of a price. Looking at the recent numbers, looks like she wants to hang a little bit. But I think she's going to take back and try to make one sustainable run, maybe through the final 3/8. That might be the best tactics for this filly.
All right, nice maiden special weight in race 5 to kick off the late pick 4. Let's take a look here at my late pick 4 ticket real quick. A little different strategy than my pick 5. I'm using the same key horse, all the pressures on the 7 in race 7, Cerebral. But there's my late pick 4. I'll go 6 deep here in race 5 using the 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 with the 2, 6 in race 6 with the 7, Cerebral in the 7th, and going 5 deep in race 8. That's a maiden 25, 5.5 on the turf, so go as deep as possible. And there I have the 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So a $30 play for the late pick 4. What a nice race this is. Race 5, maiden special weight for the 2-year-old fillies, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Scratch both parts of the entry, the 1 and the 1A. They're both scratched, and I go with the 9 on top. This is a well-bred filly from the Rodney Jenkins barn by Malibu Moon out of the lion-hearted mare Aspen Glow. She was second back in the 2011 Barbara Fritchie, a multiple stakes winner, made almost $500,000. I like the outside draw with Victor Carrasco aboard today.
Yeah, first full is the mare Aspen Glow. We talked about it earlier. She was 14 for 23 sprinting, made $465,000, went up to the buyers, the high buyers of a 96. This is her first full, a $200,000 purchase at the sale over in Timonium as a yearling. That worked July 20th, really sharp, 47-2 breezing. The next closest work, 48-1. Rodney's got her cranked up. He's done well with these 2-year-old firsts. Over the last year, only had 1, but 4 for 15 over the last couple of the years with the 2-year-old first-time starters with an ROI of almost $2.50. I'm going to use the 9 into the mix, Stan. I don't think you can kind of get away from her. Intrigued by the 5, Discreet Power. No Lasix on here for trainer Grand Motion for Keene Ridge Farm, but a 2-year-old filly by Discreet Cat out of a defensive play mare, Lady in Power. The mare, 2 for 8 lifetime, ran pretty quick, got up there at about an 80 buyer, but she's produced 4 2-year-old winners. This horse is a foal to a horse by the name of Power Lady, who was 2 for 3 at 2, ran mid 70 buyers, 4 for 7 lifetime sprinting, and 1 first time out, and was graded stakes placed. I think Discreet Power could be the real deal here for Grand Motion. Number 5, Discreet Power.
When you get Fergal Lynch, nice 9-2 price there on that runner. The 7, Frisian Gal. I'm expecting to see a little bit of an improvement here for this 2-year-old daughter by Frisian Fire out of the Stormcat mare, Lexington girl. That makes this filly a half sister to Lexington Street, who's a stakes winner, made $136,000. Tough inside post for the debut last time, and she had a tough trip. Steady twice, bumped. You see the comment line there. So should have seen a big improvement today, I think, in her second start for a good trainer, Robin Graham, and a much better post position today, and Horacio Caramano stays aboard.
Agreed. She's a real sneaky price play in here. If you can afford it and you pick 3s and doubles and any kind of the rolling, the pick 4s. Use her. She showed good gate speed, Stan, and it was unfortunate out for about a 16th of a mile. She steadied again on the turn, but if you go back and watch her, she kept trying to the wire, can learn off of that experience first time out, and moves to a favorable post. No doubt about it. She's a shot at a big price.
And I throw the 6 in there as well. First on first. Let's see. How you like the breed in here? By Medaglia d'Oro. He's a $150,000 stud. Out of an AP Indy mare. The dam, she made over $200,000. Most of that was going long, though. This filly's a half-sister to Autobahn Legend, who made over $100,000. Some nice works up there for this Live Oak stud homebred. Some nice works at Fairhill for Mike Trombetta. You get Alex Cintron aboard, but maybe longer for this filly down the road.
Yeah. It's a good race. Proctor comes at you with a spice down. He's got another horse. The 8, she's tricky. I'm going to throw in the mix by Proud Citizen. This horse is a fool to Trickmeister. Only made $437,000. Topped the 100 a couple times in the Buyers. Multiple graded stakes place. So a lot of well-bred fillies in here. Tab the tote a little bit. I'm sure plenty of money though is going to come in on the 9, Shimmering Aspen.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 6 and Race 7 are co-features of the day. 2 very, very nice upper-level allowance races. 2 other thans, optional claiming $32,000. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 3, and we're on the Exceller turf course going a mile and a 16th here in Race 6. Rails at 70 feet. Let's take a look here at Rock Eagle's last win here, July 4th at Laurel Park. Very, very impressive win for this 4-year-old son of Indian Charlie for trainer Rudy Rodriguez, who's stabled here at Laurel Park. So Rock Eagle is stabled here at Laurel Park, trains here. You're going to see him in the Michael Dubb yellow silks there on the outside. Rock Eagle, he's going to beat a horse by the name of Just Jack, who's a you're going to see Just Jack, number 2, coming flying late there, gets up for second. Just Jack would come back and win a nice allowance race after this. Just Jack, I think, might be a stakes horse down the road, so that was a very strong win against A Other Than Allowance Company. Now, I've been fooled by this before. This is a big time step up from the A Other Than condition around here to the 2 Other Than. It's a big step up, and I'm hoping Rock Eagle continues to make some progress here for a good barn. Nice 9-2 price here with Julian Pimentel.
I had a real tough time lining this race. Forgive me if I'm way off, because the money could go any different ways, many different ways in this race. Dan Hauser, we've seen him run around here. El Jefe Grande is a back class horse. North Star Boy coming off of a layoff, or maybe a little bit of an injury that he sustained last year, bringing him back. I think he's going to draw money. When you're just looking at the race, he looks like the speed, but Rock Eagle, who is in form, Stan, that's going to help his chances. As you say, this is a step up, but he is the in-form horse right now out of this race. And last time out, he relaxed really nicely. I think he's going to be forward a whole way in a race that looks like it's full of deeper closers, horses that want to come a little bit further off the pace. Now, that being said, I think the 9, Icy Lightning for trainer Guadalupe Preciado, is a live long shot. I think in this race, you've got to look for some kind of value. The 9, Icy Lightning, comes off of a race at Parks where he really blistered through a good second half mile just to fade late behind proven horses Bichart and Helm. We've seen those horses come back to run well in this same kind of condition at Laurel Park. He draws outside. I think he can stalk and pounce. I think he can go right to the front. One of those 2 will work. You see his record at Laurel. 3 starts, a win in 2 seconds. He's hooked the right kind of horses in here. You go back last summer against Other Cheek. He was closing well at a mile. I think he fits here at a good price.
So what you're telling me, just go ahead and hit the all button here.
I agree with you. If you can afford, I know in your one ticket you left them out, but I hate to leave anybody out of this race.
You talked me into a Lupe Preciado, very sharp Angel Serpent. You have to respect those connections. And he gets loose on the lead, that he could be dangerous, getting back in form maybe today, his 3rd race off the layoff. So I know my pick 6 ticket, I'm using everybody but the 9, but I think you just talked me into it. Greg Share's on with me this afternoon. He's going to play the pick 6.
A couple bucks from him.
He's going to play the pick 6 6 with me, so maybe hit the all button here in race 6. Let's talk about the 2 next. You mentioned Dan Hauser, the old 8-year-old for trainer Kathleen O'Connell, former stakes winner here at Laurel Park. I think it was the Laurel Turf Cup 3 or 4 years ago. He won. Sheldon Russell gets reunited with this horse. He won that turf stake here at Laurel Park way back. So he's had some success here on Dan Hauser. Sheldon Russell has. Kathleen O'Connell, very good trainer. It looks like this 8-year-old was in top form last January down there at Tampa.
No doubt. He's proven he likes his turf course. Jefe Grande, she comes in with another horse. This horse has run fast off of long layoffs in the past. He doesn't look like he needs any kind of pace scenario to set it up for him. He's fresh. He's ready to go. Fury on the 7 horse. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that right now for Caceres. That horse is in good form. Myriad of ways to go. The One Daddy's Kid intrigues me, though. Drawing
like
down
horse
inside. Maybe a little gimme of a race down at Gulfstream Park off of that long layoff. Went back and looked. This horse was a little bit tough to rate early. Jock had trouble settling, and then really didn't put him to a drive till about the 3/16 pole. Once he did, he picked it up late. I think he'll move up off of that effort. You look at trainer Reed Nagel's stats, second off of 180-day or over 180. He's 27%, close to a $2 ROI. So I like the 6th race. It's a good race here. Fits nicely in the sequence of pick 6s, your pick 4s, and your pick 3s.
Nice allowance co-feature of the day. The One Daddy's Kid, a very, very nice horse by Scat Daddy. Last time Horacio Caramanos was on him was when he won 2 in a row here in Maryland. Last time when we saw him as a 3-year-old back in 2014, he ran a 95 in the Grade 3 Hill Prince up there at Belmont, finishing up his 3-year-old career. I think it's just been a little bit of a process getting him back in top form, but a nice horse here, the One Daddy's Kid, and a wide open allowance co-feature of the day there in race 6. Race 7, the other allowance co-feature of the day, 2 other than allowance race, optional claiming 32,000, going a mile and a 16th on the dirt. Here's who's going to be in front. Let's show you a video of his last win at Laurel Park. This was last October here at Laurel Park. The Maryland bred Cerebral. Let's take a look here. I believe this is his last.
You've got him November. This is the November 11th race, the race following that big blowout win. Stan, November 11th. In an optional 2 other than, same condition as today. And he made an aggressive move. I know we didn't pick it up there, but leaving the 5/8 pole, he made a good aggressive move from between horses to get the lead. And he's hounded by the 8 horse here, Day of Fury, who was a Jacobson horse. Took a lot of play that day, had been running fast, and actually came back to run a big race out of this race. Cerebral looks gone here, though, leaving the 5/16 to the quarter pole. But Golden Glint, as you see him circling from 4th in the blue silks, for owner Adam Staple and trainer Mary Epler that day, does get the best of Cerebral. I think Cerebral, it cooked him there. The half, 47 to the 3/4 and 11 and 3, just a little bit too much. Maybe let it out a little bit too soon, and he couldn't quite hold off Golden Glint late, but still game to the wire nonetheless. Saying he draws outside, a shorter run into this first turn at a mile and 16th at Laurel Park. Stolen Love could go, I think, down inside. He showed some pretty good speed at a mile last time. Maybe Unbridled Lion. But as you say, Cerebral is the quickest of the quickest if he wants to attack early. It's just going to be all up to the jockey, Daniel Santana. But the barn doing well right now. Good week last week. Cerebral, a lot of weight to carry here. As we're saying, Gary Capuano is going to want to give us a beating if this horse doesn't get the job done this afternoon.
Well, and since that comeback race, sprinting on the turf, a couple of very nice works here at Laurel Park, including a bullet back on July 22nd. So the 7 Cerebral we both have on top here. The 2 Unbridled Lion. This Maryland bred in good form for trainer Hammy Smith. Got the A other than allowance win finally up there at Delaware last out in late June. Sheldon Russell aboard today, and you figure the 2 going to get a nice stalking trip with Russell aboard today.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Unbridled Lion could be tough. You made a good point about Cerebral, though, Stan, about the move turf back to dirt. That kind of woke this horse up last season. I think the similar move is going to work the magic today. I'm going to throw the 6 Monkey's Medal into the mix as well. It's a horse I always liked at the 1-turn mile, but I think he's going to have enough flow up top, and his most recent numbers at Laurel fit. They're good enough to get him into the mix here. I don't know if he's going to be good enough to get up in time, but I think he's a factor underneath in your exactas and your tries.
All right, had a couple nice wins here at Laurel Park at this level last fall. The 6 Monkeys Medal. I throw the 5 Flash McCall in here from 7 starts at Laurel, 2 wins, 4 seconds. Always shows up here at Laurel Park. His last race up there at Delaware, that was off a couple months freshening, and it was just okay. It was a 4-horse field, kind of a weird race. They all got in trouble. Should improve again today. Always a consistent horse here for trainer Mike Trombetta. Trevor McCarthy up today.
He's got that grinding type of run, and he hasn't hit that next level. Maybe we get later in the 3-year-old season, he's going to hit his stride. It's only a 4-horse field last time. I thought he probably should have got it done there. He's going to have to move up. I mean, you look at Cerebral, when he runs, he can run mid-80s. Other than Monkey's Metal, not seeing too many horses that can consistently do what he does when he's right.
All right, so a nice allowance co-feature of the day there. Race 7, let's turn the page. Race 8 is the finale here today. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. We're on the bowl game turf course going 5.5 furlongs with the rail at 17 feet. The 4 path dependent just missed as the favorite last time at this level with Fergal Lynch up for trainer Tim Keefe. Tim Keefe red hot, our leading trainer right now. 10 wins this summer meet. I'm going right back to this horse. Hopefully the 5 Tigers Bop, my second pick, doesn't get loose on the lead here because it doesn't appear to be too much speed.
Right.
So hopefully the 4 Path Dependent's not too far back today.
Well, Path Dependent did something that not a whole lot of horses did on July 10th. He closed a lot of ground. That turf course was speed, speed, speed all day. Eastside Cat as well was able to make a decent move into the pace and flattened out just a bit. Path Dependent going to be tough, going to be the favorite in here for trainer Tim Keefe. As you said, it's really having a good meet. I'll take a shot with the 1 Tisdasia Slew to pull a little upset. Going back to the turf, I went back and looked at that 2-back race at Pimlico. Not too bad. It was for maiden 40s. This horse was ranked. Jock Trevor had a little trouble early trying to get this horse to settle. He finally did by about the half-mile pole. Made a decent little move. You really can't see it in the running line, but did it from the 5/16 to the head of the stretch. He had nothing left after that. This horse is better sprinting. I think if he's just allowed to run free from the gate, go up inside, he might be able to stalk Tigers Pop and pounce, but you're going to have to look in the rearview mirror, no doubt, for the 4 Path Dependent.
The 5 Tigers Bop by Bob had some good races last year against Maiden Special Weight Company. Came back off a long layoff, went to the front, Maiden 16, held on for second that day as the favored. Now second race back off the long layoff, Yomar Ortiz aboard. Your thoughts on Tiger Bop maybe being lone speed here?
I liked him last time a lot. I thought he was going to get the job done. It was an interesting move, a smaller barn, as we say, kind of a giveaway. They do kind of bump him up in price to protect. Yeah, looking at it, Stan, the way it is going to unfold out of the gate, if he breaks cleanly, I think he'll have the lead. Tisdasia Slew is pretty quick, but I don't know if he's as quick through that first quarter of a mile as the 5 Tigers Bop. Shot the Sheriff. That's Delaware Park speed. I don't know if it's quite the type as the 5 Tigers Bop. So, yeah, he is probably going to be the one to catch.
The 2 Fleeting Hope. First off the claim here for trainer Hugh McMahon. He gets Sheldon Russell aboard here, and Hugh McMahon does well with the claimers. 13% first off the claim. This horse had a wide journey last time, now in the new barn today from an inside post.
I like the outside to inside move, as you say. A confident move with a little bump up a notch in class off the claim. Could certainly, only was beaten a skosh by Tigers Bop last time, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if he comes in for a little bit of a piece of the pie.
The 8 Eastside Cat ran well for the first time in Mike Trombetta's barn last time. Now second race back off a brief freshening, was third right behind Path Dependent last time. Trevor McCarthy aboard. It's another closing sprinter. Just a question, can he get up going 5.5 here today?
Yeah, he had dead aim, but he had to fight to get there against the bias on July 10th. He can move up a little bit off of that. Question mark here again is the 7. Copy that for Alan Goldberg. This guy does really well. One of these trainers that does well second time out. Very slow start to Commenda Parks. I didn't get a chance to go back and watch that rerun, but wouldn't surprise me in the least if he moves up. But I like the 1 Tisdasia Slew. I think you're going to get good value on him. This is a barn that hits for a good ROI on the turf. Pretty much anything they do, you get value with Comlo. So let's take a shot with him to upset it in the last.
Well, yeah, a couple more minutes here. Okay. Let's take a look at Keith's Rainbow Pick 6 ticket. He's going to have the 1 and a couple other prices on his ticket there in the last race. Starts race 3 today. The Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover over 9,400. Talk us through your ticket one more time.
Yeah,
here, Keith.
Real quick there. We'll go 3 deep in the first. 2 Dare was we're going to hopefully try to get by him. He'll be the favorite, I believe. Great Smoke looks like the legit horse. Maybe if you're going to go do another ticket, maybe single the 6. Great Smoke, and we're going to go back and go 3 deep in the 4th, a wide open race. Race 5, I like the breeding on both the 5 and the 9. They look like they should be ready to go first out of the box. Race 6, you've got to demand value. I think you've got to go deeper if you really can. This is a short ticket at 54. If you can maybe single a horse in race 3 and come back in here and add a couple, that might be a wise choice. We're going to go ahead and single Cerebral, as we said, in race 7. And the 8th, I like the price of the 1 Tisdasia Slew, but a couple other horses, the 2 off the claim. and maybe the 7 second time out for Trainer Goldberg at a little bit of a price to help enhance your shots for maybe being the only ticket in this good Rainbow Six ticket.
All right, let's take a look at my ticket one more time here. Starts round now. We'll take a look at my ticket later on. Keys,
yeah, we got it.
Keys,
We'll watch it again.
he's gonna go call the charge for Equibase. You saw his ticket. My ticket's on the website, laurelpark.com. We'll put it up again for race 3. Greg Scher's going to be on with me this afternoon. He'll have a ticket as well. Everybody should have a ticket for today's Rainbow Pick 6. Starts race 3. Nice carryover, over $9,400. Dave Rodman's coming up next. We'll have today's scratches and changes. Not many. So get tied on and best of luck today.
Good luck.